Hello class, it's Miss Nancy. Today we're going to read a story for Story Lab. The read aloud is called Little Sunflower. That's the title or name of the story. It says, discover an amazing story from the natural world. It was printed by Scholastic. There's no author written on it. Scholastic, I think, made it. So we're going to do a quick walkthrough so you can look at the pictures and think about what it's going to be about. See? All right, now we're going to go back and read. So you got an idea from looking at the pictures. Little sunflower. One gorgeous spring morning, all bright and warm with sun, the gardener came to see us. Our adventure had begun. I've dug a nice fresh bed, she said, and all soft and clear of weeds. Spring's the perfect time to plant you all my lovely seeds. She tipped me gently from the trowel into the cozy ground. The soil was soft and warm, with worms wiggling all around. This is the trowel. It's another word for shovel. It's a little planting shovel, okay? So that's a new vocabulary word, trowel. She tucked me gently into bed. There now, off you go. It wasn't long before my little shoots, these are the shoots, see, began to grow. There's roots here, and then look, see, up from the roots is a little shoot, that little green thing. So the seed is planted, and then the roots, and then shoots come out. I started my shoots, and I stretched my shoots, and pop! I burst out of the ground. Look. How wonderful it was to see the garden all around. Look, it's got leaves. Day by day, I grew and grew. My big green leaves unfurled. Unfurled means they open up, see, and they stretch. It was nearly time to show my petals to the world. Look at all green, big, large petals. Remember, it started as a seed. At last, I was all ready. I spread my petals wide. I was a gorgeous sunflower, my face shining with pride. So he's going to have the sunflower feeling. That's empathy. It's happy, you could tell, because he's smiling. I heard a gentle buzzing, bzzz, and a bee came bubbling by. Hello, flower, he said to me. I brought you a surprise. Flowers all need pollen so they can grow their seeds. We're sharing it around so every flower has what it needs. See? The bees pollinate the flower. I think you learned that yesterday in a story, from seed to plant, or seed to flower. Yesterday, from by Gail Gibbons, yesterday's story. All summer long, I chatted with the bees and butterflies. As the weeks went by, I felt different inside. My petals started wilting, and all around my head, I felt my tiny florets turning into seeds instead. So look, what do you think's happening? She's not standing tall and as bright and shiny. I started feeling sleepy. I closed my eyes, and then, when I opened them, I found I was a seed again. Look at that, the gardener said. These seeds are just the thing. Let's collect them so that we can grow more flowers next spring. They tucked us in a pocket, all dry and safe and warm. See you all next year, my friend said with a yawn. So see, the flower grows, but then it goes to sleep and the seeds fall off and you can use them again. See? They planted me again in spring. And day by day and hour by hour, I grew and grew until I was beautiful. See, it's growing, it's getting its roots, stretching out its sprouts, and it turns again into a beautiful sunflower. That's the life cycle of the sunflower. A sunflower starts as a seed, as little tiny seeds, see, which are planted in the ground in spring. The seed sprouts up, roots, which go down, and a shoot, see, green part, which goes up. The shoot pushes up through the soil and starts to grow into the stem of the sunflower. During the summer, the head of the sunflower appears with petals around the edges and hundreds of mini florets in the middle. When insects carry pollen to the florets, they grow into seeds. At the end of the summer, the seeds in the head of the sunflower drop down onto the ground and can be picked up and planted again next year. See? So there it is, a tiny seed with roots and a little sprout. Here it is growing taller and leaves. The flower grew, it's green. Then the flower turns bright yellow. Has all little tiny seeds in here. It gets pollinated by the bee. Then at the end of the summer, all the little seeds fall off. And then you could save them and plant them again. That's the life cycle of a sunflower. We learned about the life cycle of a butterfly in school. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to sequence the story, okay? We're going to sequence the story. We're going to try to draw how the story started and how it ended. Okay? So let's think about that. Sequencing is putting something in order. So in the beginning of the story, what happened? She had the seeds, the gardener, right? And what did she do with the seeds? She planted them. So you're going to look at the pictures and you're going to draw the story. The first thing to happen was she planted a seed. So you're going to draw your trowel and your seed, right? So a trowel, I'm going to make it go around and pointy, and then I need the shovel, the top of the shovel, and then I'm going to put the little seed in the dirt. Here's my little seed. Do you see it? And it's going under the dirt.
We can't see that.
Let me move it up.
Why don't you just do it over here?
What?
Why don't you just do it on the table?
I'm going to do it on the table. Okay. So there's my little seed. Do you see it? There's the trowel. I went down, around with a point and around. That's my shovel. There's my ground, and there's my little seed. Okay, so that's what happened first in the story. I'll put a 1 on it. Then what happens next? Remember what they said happened? They said that the roots started to grow and the shoot. The shoot was the green part. So now I'm going to make what happens next. Here's my seed, around and around. See, my little seed? And it's getting roots. There's my ground across and my roots. They're just lines going in. They go down. Remember what they say goes up? The green shoot. Here's my green shoot coming up out of the ground. There it is, my shoot, see? So that's number 2, right? Then what happens? Look, it gets bigger and bigger. So I'm going to draw my big sunflower. Around, down, a nice big long stem and some leaves. Round, point. And a nice circle, round and close for the head. And lines. Sunflower looks like the sun, right? And first it's green, right? So that's going to be number 1, 2, 3 of my story. And then what happens? It's beautiful, right? What color is it now? It's a great big yellow sunflower. So I'm going to draw my stem down. My leaves are nice and big. and around. And what color is my sunflower? Yellow. Around and close. It's got all little seeds you can pretend to color in. And then make petals all around. And now it's turned into a beautiful sunflower. You want to put a smiley face on it like they did in the book. That's going to be number 4. So you can use the book to draw your pictures. All right? Then the bee comes and pollinates my flower, right? Down. The bee pollinates my flower. I'm going to put my little bee on here, on the same picture as here, on number 4. I can add my bee around, some wings, some stripes, right? And eyes and nose and stinger. There's my bee coming to my flower. Then remember, the flower gets tired, right? That's what happens at the end. The flower gets tired and goes to sleep. So around and close and give your flower a sleepy face. See? She's sleeping, right? And her leaves are starting to droop. She's going to sleep. Right? She's going to sleep. It's number 5. It's getting to the end. And what does she turn into again? Right? The seeds fall out and land on the ground. In the end, right? And then they pick them up and they plant them again next year. And it all starts all over again. Plants this, digs a hole with the trowel, plants the seed, water, it gets water, the roots go down, the sprout goes up, and it turns into a beautiful sunflower. All right? And for those of you that are above right now, that are some of my kindergartners that are ready, you could draw your lines and write your story, right? So the first one would be what? I planted a seed. You say it real slow and draw your lines. I planted a seed, period. I planted. What letter? P like potato. I planted a seed. What letter? S like sun. C-E-E. What letter? D like dinosaur, the ending sound. See? Right? The seed sprouted. Think about what you're going to write first and then draw your lines. The seed sprouted. Seed sprouted, period. The seed. What letter? S. C-E-E. Actually has 2 E's, but if you put one, that's fine. D. Ending sound. D like dinosaur. The seed sprouted. S. S. P. Potato. Sprout. Listen to that middle sound. Like robot. The seed sprouted. Just see how many parts of the word you can get. Right? And then look. The flower grew. Say your line that you want to say. The flower grew. Draw your lines. The flower grew. The flower, like fire. Oh, what do you hear in the middle? L like lion. Ow. Whir. What do you hear? W. Flower, like robot. Grew. G, like goose. R in the middle. Grew. So just see how many parts you can get. If you only get the lines, that's fine. And you put a period at the end. Just see what you can get. What you can write. The flower grew. It is a sunflower. Say your line. It is a sunflower, right? It is a sunflower. Period. It is a sun. A sun. N like nest. F like fire. L like lion. And what happens at the end? The seed falls to the ground. Say what you want to write. The seed falls to the ground. Now draw your lines. The seed falls to the ground. If you have to go back and check with your finger, go back and check. The seed falls to the ground. Where you write, then go back and write your words. The seed, S like sun, E in the middle, ending sound, D like dinosaur. The seed, F like fire, falls, T like, what was T? Turtle, to the, G. What sound do you hear? G like goose, R like robot, ground, What do you hear at the end? D like dinosaur. Okay, so then you wrote your own story. You see that? And you can put it together as a book and read it. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have a book. I planted a seed. The seed sprouted. The flower grew. It is a sunflower. The seed falls to the ground. Right? So that's sequencing a story. You're going to listen to the story. Then you're going to go back and draw pictures related to what happened first, what happened next, what happened next, what happened last. Then you're going to go back and try to write lines. You're going to write words to make a story. Use your sound map. Okay? And just see how far you can go. And then make a story. You're going to be doing this tomorrow with the story, The Grouchy Ladybug by Eric Carle. Okay? But Miss Nancy wanted to show you how to do it today. Before. If you make the story and you do this tomorrow, please send me some pictures on the Remind app this week of the Grouchy Ladybug by Eric Carle. So I could see your stories that you sequenced. Remember what a sequence means? Putting a story in order. Good luck. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.